Hello, Remy. Thank you so much for joining the internal communication series that I run on my blog, Introscope. So, as you know, there's been a long running series. More than 40 thought leaders have participated. So, my interest is to really understand perspectives on internal communication from various practitioners and help others who want to get better at them. So, before we get started, it would be great if you could introduce yourself for our audience.
Hi, Nisu. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on your blog. And I'm very excited to have this conversation with you. About me, I am Remi Nandi, having 11 years of experience in corporate communication and branding in various industries, essentially education, real estate, manufacturing, IT, and consultancy. So that's about me.
Fantastic, great. So if you could, let's begin by, the first question in terms of what is your definition? What does internal communication mean to you? How do you define it?
Initially, when I started my career for PR and internal communication, when I was even studying, what clicked to me is this is a great opportunity to connect with people.
Right,
So that's what pulled me to internal communications,
right.
saying that internal communication is something where people, as a communicator, I can tell people what's happening in the organization. They can come to know what's the vision is about the organization and where the organization is heading and what is the future plans and what is the current plans. So that's what I think is internal communication, basically connecting the top and the end together. Yeah.
Interesting. And so how does it get practiced in your organization? So what are the nuances of it?
Okay, so we keep it very simple. So we believe keeping it simple, transparent, say what is happening, what we are thinking ahead, and when are we going to, what are we going to think about it. So
Hmm,
we have our various channels, of course, which I'm assuming all the most of the organization must be following, like
hmm,
the town halls, the intranets. Then now, of course, as we are working from home, so we are using the technology as to the maximum we can, which also has a I say a backfiring thing because it's too much of information. So
yeah.
we, as an organization, are trying to see we will again simplify that. So don't push too much, and there is a long gap between, not too much, but there is a decent gap between sorry, an employee can consume the information and then pass it on. So
Right.
that's what we are doing right now.
Fantastic. And so if you could reflect on a, case study or an example that or a campaign that you personally worked on, if you could share a bit more about, what was the challenge, what was the opportunity, and how do you went about it, and what are some of the ways in which you measured the value and impact of it?
Okay, so I would take one of the initiative which we're working on. I handle sustainability internal communications. So our major awareness was everybody thinks sustainability is only about business. It's
Mm,
not what I can do personally, but thanks to media now, social media, we are now more aware of it. But as an for our organization, we also wanted our employees to also to be knowing that sustainability can be done personally.
right.
So for that, I thought how I can connect and how can I make it fun instead of everybody hears sustainability and they say, "Oh God, it's a boring subject."
Mm,
So we had a something called a workplace
mhm,
in our organization. So there, I thought of doing a gamification on sustainability.
nice.
There is the simple game of housey. I converted it into a sustainability housey game.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. What was it? Simply, what we did is the whole housey ticket was converted into sustainability actions, which
Mhm,
you could do,
mhm,
okay, and that which you could convert in personal life. So
mhm.
we were creating like this is what is so. Every Friday, everybody would wait when we would come out with the first five numbers and what it is, and and it was really a hit because I used to actually get emails like,
Mm.
are you releasing the numbers? Okay, who is the winner? So, and that way it also made many people, and for my other sustainability campaigns, more attraction was there, and people started actually using it in their personal lives.
Okay, that's great. I mean, I'd love to know more about that campaign. So let
Yeah.
me get into a bit more detail on, what is the biggest opportunity or rather biggest challenge that you see in internal communications?
If you have to, if I have to tell you, there is a lot of challenges, but primarily I would say is measuring your communication. So because every person perceives a communication differently. So I'm not going with a measurement. We can say somebody likes it and dislikes it, but I'm trying to say measuring in the sense of what I actually thought of that communication. So whether uh, I'm saying trying to say reading between the lines. So whether I actually took it positively or negatively,
Right.
and how was the tone? Did I like the tone? Did I
Right.
even understand what the communication and why there was a need of that communication?
Mm.
As a person who is reading the mail,
Mm.
or maybe we have done a WhatsApp video, or maybe even a policy change. So
Got it.
was it there a need for every employee to get that, or was he satisfied with what it was there? So I think that's the biggest measuring challenge I face in my internal communications.
Okay, great. And related to that, what do you see is the biggest opportunity right now for internal communication practitioners?
If I have to tell you, I think we have a lot of avenues, like thanks to this digital thing which has opened up. So now we can communicate faster. Saying that, I will also saying faster doesn't mean you keep on saying, whatever, keep on bombarding information. But it has to be simple, transparent, and straightforward information. Um, and also, I see there will be digital platforms. We could use podcast. So
Mm.
if a podcast could be, it's my time. I can use it when I
Mm.
want to hear it. So I'm not telling a person you have to hear it right now. It's
Yeah.
your time. I'm giving you the freedom. So giving people the freedom of choice of taking a communication. So I think
Mm.
that's one opportunity we have right now in the digital platform.
Great. And there is this thinking that internal communication does not really connect or add value to the business. So, what are your thoughts? How can internal communicators add more value to the business?
Okay, initially when I joined my career, I actually felt that people think we just do designing.
Right.
Designing is what is internal communication and about. And
Right.
also, I think everybody thinks everybody communicates. So
Mm.
what's in difference between you communicating and an internal person communicating?
Right.
So, but now people, because times have changed, yeah, media has come up in different ways. It is accessible easily. So now
Right.
people understand the if transparent and strategic communication is more important. We all communicate, but what
Mm.
it's when should I say this, or when should I not say that, is what is important right now. So this is what I think. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so what is, according to you, some of the key skills that internal communicators must have, or has that changed over time? Anything that you have seen?
Yes, I think initially we used to think what we communicate externally doesn't need to be communicated internally.
Mm.
Now the line is merged. So you have to first communicate internally and then go outside. So what happens if your own employee becomes a voice or a
Right.
spokesperson for your company? So
Right.
obviously, if I am using it, I would tell my family or other people to use it as well.
Mm.
And the other thing uh, I just forgot. What was the question? Can you come again? Sorry.
In terms of what are the skills that is required by
Yeah, and I
communicators?
also think we should think ourselves as a consumer. A
Mm.
person should think as employee as a consumer. So if you
Right.
think what I would like,
Mm.
then you can communicate it in that way. And secondly, thirdly, I would think empathy. That
Mm.
is really needed nowadays. If I have empathy, then inclusion in my own thinking, then I would able to communicate as that as well in my communication.
Got it. Got it. Now, there are, a lot of people who want to join this evolving domain. And so what's your advice for anyone who wants to join internal communications and make a mark in their career with this?
I would say they should definitely join. This is a booming career, I would say. And I would only say they shouldn't be joining thinking that it's just about social media. I'll tag this person, I'll do this. Because I see that trend happening. It's more
Mm.
easy. It's more like I'll do a video, it is. But no, it is more beyond that. Communication is not just because I'll do a video and I'll upload it. It's not that. It's more, there is a lot of thought process goes into timely communication. So
Right.
when you join, we have to like think about those, and also being very professional about your outlook, what you're saying, how you present yourself. So if you can present yourself, then only you can influence people to think what you're thinking. So that's what
Got
I feel.
And so related to that, and I've been asking this of all women leaders. So, for women who want to join this domain, what is your advice? How should they be thinking differently? What's your take on that?
I don't think so. It's about gender in this profession. I don't know why people make it. It's PR is more female oriented. I don't think. I mean, being you, there are many other men who are in a successful role, and there are of course women also who are in successful roles as well in PR and internal communication. I think every job, whether it is communication or any profession, I think it's more of how you balance your work and professional life. Of course, you need support system
Mm,
placed, of course, and also the organization you're working with. If the organization has right policies in place, the
right.
team member who you're working with, if they are inclusive about you and your needs, and are you same, you reciprocate the same thing for them. So I think it works. And also being flexible. Sometimes you can't be rigid about, no, I will do this. So I
Mm,
think for any woman, it's not about women or men, it's generally about how you take the profession.
got it. And now with this COVID-19 situation, and people are in this work from home or work from anywhere situation. So what has changed about internal communication? How do you see it evolving, or what is going to change dramatically about this function?
I think I shouldn't say that, but I think this pandemic has brought a good change. Now people understand the more importance of internal communication. How rapidly you need to do. You don't right now. You don't need to really influence people to do communication. So it's
Right.
like if you just tell them, oh, now it's been a long. Now you really need to communicate. We have not been seen. So it's been people are now themselves eager because now they know. Oh, we are not interacting personally. The personal touch is lost. See, the
Right.
digital is the only way where you can personally communicate with people. And
Mm,
saying personally, it's not about just giving a town hall or something. Also, how you messages. It has to be the celebrations also doing those kind of things have also. So people have understood in internal communication, like it wasn't just like I said, designing. Now
mm,
it is also about how we connect with people and how we say it. So
right.
change, and I think this pandemic will change it more longer, because now people will find more, we as a communicator will face these challenges to find more communication platforms where
Mm,
we make it more personalized. So
right.
the next step would be making it more personalized.
Got it.
So I can't communicate what I communicate to a manager. Maybe
Mm,
the down the line I have to communicate something else, because they the gender or maybe age difference also would be a point to note.
got it. Got it. Interesting point. And so if you were to reflect on your journey, and if there was one thing that you wanted to change about internal communication, so what would that be?
The main thing I think would be credibility. I mean, people have a perception that okay, it was just a mailer, or it was just a plan, or we just executed such a nice conference, or maybe a town hall on a say a portal. Uh, it's not just that. I mean, what the person who on the front of your screen is speaking is
Mm,
also a thought generated thing. He is thinking before talking to you. So
right.
it is not just out of the box. He's just speaking to you. He's
Mm,
thinking. He's trying to connect to you. So like how we do it to our family. So if
right.
as an organization is also a family. So to keeping it jointly, I
Mm,
think that's what it is. Yeah.
fantastic. And so as we wrap up, I just wanted to ask you, is there any trend that you spot? Is there one trend that you can talk about around internal communication that you're seeing?
I think the most important, I see the trend is now more will be storytelling.
Mm,
We would be looking at, we can't be just informing people, saying it will be like, and even if it's a business bite or a business stuff, it has to be like a story, because Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I think there was disturbance. No problem. Carry on.
Yeah. As I said, so it has to be storytelling would be one. Then employee experience. It
Mm,
has to be a life cycle. How we say a product life cycle. This is also going to be like an employee life cycle. So from when they joined until they leave your organization. So
mm.
what kind of communication did it get? The person got, and did he evolve, and did he feel the part of the organization? So
Sure.
that's what I feel as an internal communication person. It would be.
Fantastic. So this has been very, very wonderful talking to you, Remy. Thank you so much for these insights. I'm sure they are very, very valuable and they'll be,
Thank you.
really liked by our audiences. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay.